So you touched on it a little bit about how your first peak season last year was pretty slow. One of the things that I think I want to know and is helpful for new entrants to hear is, did the terminal predict that accurately? How much do you have to kind of prepare for and discount or be aware of the macro environment compared to what your terminal manager and different others in your district are saying?
Yeah, for us in our particular terminal, we have a lot of unique situation elements of our situation there. It's a small terminal. We're the only TSP on the terminal,
Yeah.
and it's been very steady business for a very long time. So while there wasn't upside, there also wasn't downside. It was what they said it would be. They were open about it well in advance. They told us, no need to go out and buy trucks right now. We're not expecting a lot, and there was some, but it was very manageable. So I think it was open, it was honest, it was accurate. Uh, Unique situation though, a lot of factors making it more predictable. I can only imagine how unpredictable things can get in all sorts of different markets for all sorts of different reasons, big, small, new, old, what have you. I think we were really lucky with the predictability, but I wouldn't expect it in any markets we enter from here on out.
Yeah, and some of that you're just going to feel out, because some of it's going to come to how do certain terminal managers communicate and how honest are they? Do they overshoot because they're always worried and always, say that they're going to need more than they actually need because they'd rather you take on that cost than them. So some of that you're going to just feel out. Every terminal, every area is a little bit different in terms of how they experience things. Being the only operator at a terminal is different than being at a hub where there's a ton of different contractors. And so it's a little bit harder to perfectly predict what the volume will look like. But just know that's always a part of the calculus, the game that you're playing leading up to peak season. It's, what are the different projections I'm getting? Do I fully believe that, or do I think that how much of that can I cover with what I've already got? And then covering and kind of working through a risk analysis of how much, from a driver and truck perspective that you want to add on top of that to hit whatever FedEx is saying. And then, if you end up in a scenario where you've over-indexed on resources, that's when it also comes back to having those relationships to reach out to and be proactive and say, I got an extra truck and driver. I'm sure somebody in this district needs help. So as much as you can, beyond just the actual terminal staff that you can interact with, if you can get relationships with at the district level as well, that can be a huge help when you're trying to say, I got extra resources, tell me anyone in the district who needs it and I'll send it. Those types of things are really valuable. So that's what peak comes down to. It's not the same pressure as pickup and delivery, because you're not required to deal with every single bit of volume, but there's a lot of different moving parts that you can take advantage of to be really successful during peak season.